All right, have and have not fans. This is the other video I promised. Oh wow, it really is getting dark outside, like the storm's brewing again. So let's just make this quick. It has to do with the surprise ending to the last episode, where Jim is pretty much pretty much seducing Katheryn, so to speak, and the two of them are going to have sex. So I'll just say that I did not see that coming. Tyler Perry, you shocked me. Like at the end of the previous episode before that, during the Malone shootout, when we saw the preview where Jim grabs hold of Katheryn and like pushes her down, I didn't think sex was the next thing. It was more like, oh, I thought he was just going to calm her down. But I think, as Hannah said to Katheryn way back in maybe season 1, season 2, is like, at one time I know you love your husband. I mean, you had sex with him at least twice, a nod to the fact that they had Amanda and Wyatt. And I believe they do hate, well, despite the hate and whatnot, there is love there, so to speak. Let's put it this way. There are feelings, so to speak, because again, Katheryn probably hasn't gotten it on in quite some time. And then to have, I bet, to me in the moment, the way Katheryn was like calming down after he was whispering to her and stuff like that, that maybe she was going back to that, little girl, that girl in high school that had the football player, wink at her. I felt like it was kind of a return to form for that moment. So let's just say that when he kept saying, I love you, I was calling bullshit at my TV screen. I'm pretty sure most of you are doing the same. But when it comes down to it, I really think that it was Jim seducing Katheryn for his own selfish needs. Not sexual needs, but, well, probably sex. I feel like he did what he had to do because, number one, he has no place to stay. Number two, is probably to get everybody in line, so to speak, because he realizes that the situation with Mama Rose dumping Jennifer's body at the news station is bigger than his disdain of Katheryn, David's disdain of Veronica, because even in a brief clip we've seen that was released today, it looks like, David's going to get a call from Jim about, hey, you need to do something about your wife. You need to talk to her. We need to all sit down and meet, because if we don't, this thing's going to blow up in all of our faces, like we're all going to jail. So I believe he even says, I took one for the team. And Dave was like, what are you referring to? Don't worry about it. I don't care what you have to do with your wife. Talk to her, throw her on the stairs and have sex with her, do what you need to do. So basically him having sex with Katheryn was just, something that had to be done for the greater good, so to speak. And I believe in the preview, Katheryn says, like, I'll blow your brains out just like I blew you 5 minutes ago. And I'm just like, well, damn. I mean, when he had sex with Katheryn, all I could think about was when he went over to Celine's house to humiliate her for what she did to him on TV when he was running for governor. Basically showing her how pathetic she was and then walking out the door. And then in this case, it seems like when Celine said, this isn't over, Jim, we're not even, but we haven't seen her since. It looks like, he was about to do the same thing with Katheryn, but she ain't having it. So the fact she pulled the knife on Veronica, that she pulled the gun on Jennifer, dragged Celine out by the hair. I mean, Jim better watch out. That's all I'm saying. Like, there's no telling what's going to happen now. But the question is, does he really love Katheryn? I feel the same. Put it this way. I've said it before time and time again. He and Candace are one and the same. They really love themselves more than anything else. I mean, money and whatnot and power and all this stuff and using people for their own gains. They're alike. I feel like they're different in the spectrum, where at first Jim came up like Candace in a sense. He was a have-not until he got into good with Katheryn's family, went to law school, became a judge and whatnot. So he's a rags to riches story. Candace is about the same, but so to speak, she lives for the thrill. I feel like her and Jim both live for the thrill. Jim finds his thrill in his sexual escapades, while Candace uses her sex in order to get what she wants. So those two are definitely a match made in hell, so to speak. But at the same time, it's like Katheryn is just a gentle person. Yes, she is her father's daughter, and we've seen time and time again, she does have an evil side, so to speak. But at the same time, she generally does care about people. But the thing is, she grew up in she's like a Hannah, but in the world of a have, so to speak, She wasn't a Christian, but at the same time, you know what I mean? She's a good-natured person. However, she kind of had to adapt to her surroundings, so to speak, if that makes any sense. And I feel like when it comes to Katheryn, she generally did think that Jim loved her, but then after learning about his escapades with other women and having children by Celine, they pretty much just have. So I believe even Jim told David in season 1 that, I'm only with Katheryn for social appearance. So pretty much the only reason they're together is for reputation rather than love. So when he said, I love you, again, I feel like Jim is just full of crap. I mean, he just played on Katheryn's emotions. That's how he was easy. Basically, he knows exactly what to say. But, when the sheets are off, so to speak, that's when Katheryn's just going to get out of bed and it is going to be on. So I feel like them having sex was a surprise. So Tyler Perry, you pulled one over on me. I did not see that coming. He did it for his own gains, but I'm pretty sure Katheryn ain't taking the shit. Let's put it that way. And, oh, man. It's hard to tell. I mean, I don't know how Katheryn's going to react aside from, her threat to him. But I just got to say that I'm pretty sure Jim just did it for his own selfish needs. So I guess you could say the next question is, will David do the same to Veronica? Well, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll talk to you later.